commitments, but it's nights like this where you think how lucky many of us are.
Absolutely, and to go back to what you did at the bar,
Not lucky.
You did a lot more than what most people do. Most people would just ignore them.
Because you're
a joke. Quite frankly, that's the way you seem to be
a joke.
Here. And you're right. Good people do
No.
in those shelters.
Usually people look at homeless people and they go, "Oh, that's so sad. But if I give them money, I'd probably just buy drugs with it."
A lot of them will say that they're just not comfortable.
No, they steal your shit.
So I don't know how you fix that at the end of the day. And then when you mentioned that
there are people who don't want to be on drugs that are homeless.
Infinitely smaller than Toronto. How many spots do they have for people that need help at that time? A lot less per capita than they have here in Toronto. So you spread that out across the country. The cream is right. I've never seen it like this. I don't think any of us have ever seen it like this.
No.
We did this story on
the fact
Friday.
That you guys are really talking about it now is fucked up. Like, just saying.
The story that keeps on giving. I actually was at a Loblaws today and bought something at 50% discount, and it was supposed to have ended yesterday. So I'm not sure what is going on, but more and more experts weighing in, telling our sister station CTV that if you're going to discount the food that you'll be throwing out the following day, keep it at 50%. You want to retain goodwill with your customers. Who knows? Maybe that's what's happened and people have swept in the last moment. But the thing that drove me crazy last Friday is when Sylvain Charlevoix, the food professor, said the following thing on our show. I was like, that sounds like collusion.
Today's response coming from Loblaw that concerned me a little bit, to be honest, Jim. They do claim that they decided to go ahead with the 30% policy to align themselves with the competition.
Aligning yourself with the competition. I mean, that sounds like price fixing.
But there's only four competitors.
No, we're not. I don't know. How is that not collusion? I guess we all want to have the same price, so we're going to align ourselves with the competition. Mark?
Didn't they align themselves with the competition when it came to, selling bread?
Yeah,
I think so. Right. So the same nonsense again. Look, if these guys want to take advantage of people who are trying to put food on their plate for the families, and we're going to, which is the difference between the 30 and the 50%. And if nobody buys it, it goes in the garbage. I mean, doesn't common sense just say, keep it at 50, let people put that piece of meat on the table or that piece of fish, that bit of protein that they may not be able to afford? I think it's just disgusting. It's going in the garbage. What a waste. Absolute waste of money and food.
The only thing I
can if you went to the dump or the grocery store half an hour before closing, all their fucking meat goes on half price. Because they just throw it out. But now they don't even throw it out. They just throw it with the meat the next day. They just throw some blood on it and it's fine.
We switched it to 30.
I mean, I find the math harder to be on 30%.
I worked at the airport, like the Trudeau airport.
I agree with everything Mark said.
The amount of waste.
Are you aligning your
my coworkers would just literally go hang out with their friends at the fucking Tim Hortons and then pull one box of everything the last 5 minutes.
It'd be funny if we did these things and there had to be a winner at the end of it.
Oh, and they threatened us and charge us with stealing because we would take.
Did I interrupt you?
We would take food and we'd give it out on the way home.
But yeah, no, I don't really understand the logic here, and this is not a very likable move. So I don't think it matter. They own a lot, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Jagmeet Singh was on the iHeart Talk Radio Network earlier today, encouraging
him or his brother
government to allow small businesses a year to pay back their loans.
I get relief on that. A lot of businesses are saying it's going to put us in a really tough financial position. Those businesses in jeopardy, and also puts the workers that work at those businesses in jeopardy. So we're saying, let's
close your mouth, please.
And
stop talking. Like I voted for you in the last election.
He's calling for a year. I agree. I mean, you come out of the pandemic. There's an employee shortage. People aren't spending because they're concerned about this recession that we keep on hearing about for 5 years. And then there's inflation where many restaurants are not changing the prices because they know that if they increase their prices, that's less bums in the seats. Better to have bums in the seats than no bums at all. So,
well, when you go to a restaurant,
extend or not extend,
like, and your meal is like $50.
And I'm saying that as I chew my arm off because I'm going to actually agree with Jagmeet Singh, which is driving me crazy. But having said that, I think that a year is fair. I mean, everybody took a big hit over COVID. These loans were given out
Some more than
with
others.
certain conditions. The first 20,000 was forgivable.
So y'all have amnesia from fucking curfew, like.
But if they fail to make the payments at the end of the week, there is no
like
more
last week was the first time I heard someone say curfew.
Mom and pop shops,
5 months.
mom and pop restaurants,
Mandatory.
horrendous
Curfew.
big cities, and like you said, Jim,
Sure shit. I was out all night.
Or put bums in the seats, and they're getting shwifted, as you would say, and I think it's wrong.
All right, enough of this.
He's wrong.
Mark Mendelson, thank you very much for never coming back. Mark Mendelson is our crime specialist and commentator here on the iHeart Talk Radio Network. Krima, you're welcome back whenever you would like. Lawyer, political commentator, and journalist. We'll talk about cities across this country asking for some help from the federal government post-pandemic. That's next on the iHeart Talk Radio Network.
We're the government. We're here to help.
From the CJAD 800 Traffic Center.
Keaton Westbound still seeing volume boarding auto repair.
Ooh, honestly, I don't understand why people like being told that they were right. I hate it. I hate it. I literally have documented evidence of me fucking saying this for the past 5 fucking years. Well, sorry. Fucking a pulmonary fucking disease? Steroids, maybe? Not one time did anyone say the word steroids, which is pretty fucking standard for a lung infection. Just saying.
At 7:50, Dr. Mitch answers the question, is it bad if you wake up with pillow prints all over your face? Should you be worried? And our science guy, Dan Riskin, takes a look at what happens every time you drink a bottle of water. The Andrew Carter
I drink
Morning
my tap
Show.
water.
Join us, 5 to 9.
For the new year, Creation Staff has 20,000 frames reduced to $24 each when you buy a complete kit.
Frame is what? What frame? Like, picture frame? Like, your picture frame is people in Montreal really like their light stores. A bunch of people are light guy. I'm sorry. I wish I was more entertaining for you. When it's summer and I chalk, it's much more entertaining because you get to see how I create like a chalk mural, whatever. It's stupid. Anyway. And I'm also not more of a hoe because I would. Yeah, I just watched a video of this guy talking about it, and it was something to do with bumping up lower grade, I guess, creators. I'm assuming because all the other creators are fucking censored so badly they can't.
Specialties. Back.
Oh yeah, Lachine. That fucking cuisine Lachine. Well, you fucking get to watch like the woman with her 10 children go to fucking. Never mind. I'll shut up. Yeah, but I looked into it since you mentioned it. Like, I wanted to see if other people are having the same problem where it's like people are getting videos of like let's plays. It's like I don't watch let's plays.
The address of choice for all automotive services.
Because I started working at a truck stop when I was like an 8-year-old, and I have parents that I don't swear as much if it's not the appropriate situation, obviously. If there's like a little old lady, I'm not going to be swearing, obviously. But apparently, it means you're of a higher intelligence. Not only that, it turns out it could be because it makes people pay attention more. Because, like, people are triggered by swear words, which I never understood. Because as a child, I was allowed to swear. As long as it wasn't, like, racial slurs, obviously. Like, as long as they weren't offending somebody, like, but it's just to emphasize my, I guess my speech or something. But everyone used to say that people who swear more, it's their filler words, and they're just like trying to be more of the shock and awe factor. And the other day, someone said that it actually means you're higher. It could mean you're higher intelligence. And that's why middle-aged men fucking love me. They think I'm hilarious. That's who I bond with, apparently, the most. Because they think I'm going to be like, I usually have like a dress on in the summer, and they think I'm going to be like this sweet little, well-reserved mannered. Yeah, anyway. And then I open my mouth, and people are like, oh, wow. A lot. Are we back? I just want to roll my joint.
Work.
I used to be a grammar Nazi because I was a anime fan kid before all the shitty preppy people started being like, oh, Naruto. I'm like, you are like 30. Naruto is probably one of the worst animes you could possibly watch. There are so many good animes. But I used to get fucking made fun of by those same people that are all now into anime. I used to be, honestly, at this point, it was like, I just don't care. I can just tell.
Pants. I don't think that is in his job purview. But you have either person stand on the other side of the room, and then you let the dog go, and whoever the dog goes to, it would be that person who gets the dog. Anyway, we'll discern what you think of these new laws that is coming up here on the iHeart Talk Radio Network in about 15 minutes' time. But right now, cities, our next guest.
Yeah, but where in Europe?
Sent me an email and said, you know what? These property tax arguments, it's a Canadian story. And I said, is it real? And he said, yes, here's an article that says a lot of jurisdictions. I know Montreal is fighting about what their property tax increase is going to be. But in Toronto, there are liberal
I'm super
MPs
jealous. Apparently, you guys are like literally
Mark
perfect.
Mendelson called spineless cowards, anonymous spineless cowards, because they're upset with the mayor of Toronto, who has called out federal liberal MPs and the federal government for not helping out cities, specifically Toronto.
I looked up literally real estate bank before I finished typing it. It said the only suggestion was China real estate bankruptcy. It's like, wait, what? The only recommendation they gave me for the fucking to type it out. I was like, what? What? There was a real estate company that went bankrupt. You could get the bankruptcy in PDF format, and it is literally over 5,000 properties all over Quebec.
But anyway, how is council responding to that?
Those comments striking a nerve with some city councilors.
We are today figuring out.
I'm super down to be concerted. You do you, I do me, and we can just like maneuver around each other. You got a problem? Let me know. But like I'm just I'm a spouse. I'm allowed.
Responsibility that they have in law, that they have historically committed us to globally.
So we thought we would talk about specifically this problem that many Canadian cities.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to
with the federal government pandemic, but who better to talk to about?
I come from my mom was adopted, and we found a real family. My brother is adopted. My best friends, one of them lives with their grandparents because Joelle is a fucking awful human being. Everyone I care about has been in the system or adopted. You'll be very sadly, very like disappointed the day that you go to them and you make your family.
I think as is the case with most of
people accept you for exactly how you are.
Yvonne Baker, the MP.
Honestly, I'm not. I'm super not because like,
is right.
okay.
That the federal government and in fact the city, especially across Canada, they have been generous in their funding on transit. They were generous in their funding of COVID, and they have been generous in some of their funding on housing. There are other problems across
I've
the
been
country
homeless for fucking 5
where, for
years.
example,
So this
some
like,
provinces don't
I've
pass
sold
that
my
money through. It
grandfather's
comes through the
house.
province.
Like
Sometimes
I've been
from the federal government, they don't pass it through, so the cities never see it.
I used
I
to
was
manage a
astounded when I
business,
was
so I was
mayor of
looking for
Toronto to
commercial
listen to mayors
locations. Like I know this
from other
market. Like,
provinces who would just say that they never see the money because the province just doesn't pass it through.
Where did the money go? Where
On the
did
other
the money
side,
go?
when you hear the people speaking from Toronto Council, and I've heard others speak from other
into
cities around the
somebody's
country,
fucking pocket, just like my
is that
pay
the
I
federal
paid
government
into,
will
which was
sometimes
not
wash their
never
hands of
enough.
things.
Where
One
does
of the
that go?
big problems
You
we
start
have in
over
this
at your next
country
job.
is that at any given point in
Open
time,
up
on
there.
any given problem, you will have two of the governments, meaning
Paid into
city,
union
province,
dues
or federal
for
government, but
fucking
not all
union rep. I
three
couldn't fucking
working
use. I called
together
him
to
anyway. My
actually
boss's fucking
solve the
brother.
problem. And this whole notion that you take a document
the
written in
airport.
1867 when there really weren't any cities, there were towns, and so on,
This
and you
place is
say
run by the
we're going to
mafia.
somehow,
Like I
when
did
it
not
suits us,
know. I
argue
just
that's
wish
not
someone
our
had let me
job,
know.
but somebody else's job.
I would have
It's
shut the fuck
ridiculous.
up.
I mean, refugees, to pick the example that Councillor Gord Perks, one of the people you had on there a moment ago, refugees have always been a shared
Yeah, but
responsibility.
Quebec
Federal
specifically.
government, yes,
Quebec
sets
thinks
policies
their
on
own
who gets in the
country.
country and enforces
They're
those laws and
nationalist.
so on.
But what is
And have always
nationalist a good
provided
thing?
some money for
Nationalist
settlement.
essentially
The
means
province
racist.
has done the same over
prejudice.
time, and the cities have always
Like
played
I
a
love
role as
Canada,
well.
but they
And so
don't
the
consider
notion
me
you
a
could point at any
Quebecois.
one government and say it's their responsibility and nobody else has any is just not on. And I will say with regard to
3
refugee funding
generations,
right
my
now,
family
there's
here.
been an influx.
I'll
And
never be
again,
a
it applies
Quebecois.
more to cities like Toronto, Montreal, and
They won't
Winnipeg and
hire me.
Vancouver than it does to the other
They throw my
cities.
CV as soon as they
And
see
for
my name
some
as an
reason,
English
it is
name.
a mystery to me. The federal government, which always comes through better late than never,
They pretend like they don't
sometime during the year
understand
with
the
some money
French
for
I
refugees,
speak
haven't
because
done
we
it
learned
this year. So
Parisian
there's
in
this
school,
huge to-do
like
about
French,
this. And
which
so
is
in that
different from
sense,
Quebec
they're
French.
shortchanging
France
the
hates
city of
Quebec.
Toronto and probably some other cities on refugee funding. But to say they've done nothing about city problems is not true. To say they've done
Yeah,
not
but
enough
I
is
asked
probably
like
true. But
about
what should
his
happen is
father,
that those
and
two other
everyone's.
governments should sit down and say it's 2024.
I asked about his father, and everybody fucking said he was the best prime minister we've ever had. But like, he super wasn't, and all the people like. No, it's a dictatorship. At least Kim Jong-un tells his people that they're oppressed. Here they try to like be like, oh no, you guys have totally have rights, not like everybody's equal. It's just like super. I voted for him. I was super stoked to vote when I was 18. Like I was super stoked to like have my first time voting. I voted for him because he was legalizing pot, and I'm a huge advocate for pot. I don't think that pot is drugs. I wouldn't consider it drugs, honestly. Like it can stop kids from having seizures, like hundreds of seizures a day. So like I wanted to get into I wanted to own a weed store and make edibles and educate people about weed and stuff. You made I have the booklet, the first booklet that they had for people who wanted to get a weed store in Quebec. I read multiple updates to it. It's a McDonald's of pot, which like when you go to McDonald's, you're not able to tip your server. Like that bothers me. That really bothers me.
They had many bigger expenses.
And I just like, once Trudeau's gone, I'm never ever going to listen to politics or news ever again for as long as I live. And I understand why my dad said this to me too. Yeah, but 2008, honestly, okay, 2008, we were not aware because Trudeau's wife, Margaret Sinclair, she's a Sinclair. Sinclairs made TVs. Sinclairs are the CRTC. They're the ones who regulate. They're the ones who control everything that's on the TV. Why did fucking Trudeau's mom fucking go by Trudeau? And they were divorced for for years apparently. They were divorced. So why does she still call herself Trudeau? It's honestly, it's like it's a 30-year-long fucking Ponzi scheme. Like, I'm not even kidding. The Oka crisis. They were literally down my street. There was thousands of them. They were burning fucking dolls that looked like Indians. They killed the savages. People just stood there. Like this place is a fucking lie. Like this place is a straight up lie. Just saying. Like fucking, we were bringing people in. We were saying, come, everybody come to Canada. It's so great here. It's better than the U.S. finally, because like the U.S. used to be just always a little bit better, because the American dream and all that. But then like they got super morbidly obese, and then we were like, hey, we have child care, health care, fucking school. All of it is a lie. The only reason why I stayed here is because I'm a severe asthmatic. I was born with bronchiolitis, like, so I used to be in the hospital like multiple times a year, like, and I need to be able to fucking afford an asthma pump. I'm just gonna go fucking Mexico. I'm gonna be surprised if Mexico's tightening up their fucking borders. Yeah, no, I hear it's honestly one of the best places in the world to live, but also I heard that about New Zealand, and apparently it's only if you come from money. Because I'm 3 generations of debt. I'm born into 3 generations of financial debt. Like they're. What? Well, see, like I'm not part of the feminazi groove that is just like, we're strong, independent women. Like, oh, you're ruining it for all of us. I just want to stay home and be like, oh, what? If I do stuff, I'm going to mess it up. And I just like, I'm better off here, staying at home, cleaning and like eating and watching fucking Netflix. Like, why are you like, we can work too? I don't want to work. Yeah, but you know what? And I didn't come from like crackhead parents either. Like my father worked for over 30 years for Seagram's, for Smirnoff, and he got, he got screwed on that. He had to take early pension because they closed the company after 32 years of fucking working for them. Like, and he had to get another job. He almost got a job in the mustard factory. He was crying. He was like, man, I don't want to work there. It smells so bad. And then he was working at another bottling plant. And the house still isn't paid off. We didn't get renovations. We didn't get any of that. Like, we don't have a new driveway. We don't have a new roof. Like, but they make it think that it's you. Like, okay, so the reason why I can pull off the pretty face is because I was brought up being not by my parents. Just generally, it's assumed that either you're pretty or you're smart. And I thought I was not smart up until like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. Like I thought I was going to be running off my good face and I don't even have good face. I just know that, and you know what's funny? My mom told me this too. Man, some girls are prettier than others, and some girls have to just try a little bit harder. Because honestly, every female is capable of being pretty. It's just about how much you want to put into it. Like,
if we don't take this seriously, if we don't treat this as a long-term emergency, more and more Edmontonians will fall through the cracks and become homeless.
Homeless for 5 years. I actually donated my tent yesterday or the day before. I donated it to the guy that sits outside the grocery store. His name is Chuck, which is my grandfather's name and my nephew's name. His son died last year.
University of Toronto
And all my friends knew him.
With no added sugar is linked to weight gain in children, especially those under.
Oh yeah, just give him diabetes medication. Stop eating your feelings, guys. You want to know what my diet? I had a calorie counter for less than a day. Halfway through the day, my calorie counter was 3 times over what it was supposed to be. I was like, okay. Sure, you look great, but no one wants to be around you because you're a miserable bitch. Yeah, no, my grandfather also, when he immigrated here from Scotland, he worked for his whole life to end up with 5 very ungrateful children who don't care to deal with him because he's just too much. So I even offered to take care of him instead of like the government assistance CLSC people would come, but he's blind and he doesn't like them being in his home. And I was like, I'll go do it. I don't want to get paid. Like, I spent a lot of my time in my childhood being sick, so he's a piper. He's a bagpiper, my grandpa. He's part of the Black Watch. And they didn't let me see him since COVID. And when I was homeless, I got pregnant after I was like having unprotected sex since I was like probably 12 or 13. Probably like about throughout. I'm 30 now. I'm about to be 30, but like yeah, over that time, by last year, it was very clear that I was never going to get pregnant, and then I did, and I was in a tent. I was 23 weeks, 24 weeks almost. Because I don't know. I was like, for years I was looking into adopting, and I was having regular unprotected intercourse with all of my boyfriends since I was 12. Like, I think I used birth control like for less than a year, because my guidance counselor who prescribed it to me told me that if my period came at an inconvenient time, I could skip it. So I went for a lady doctor appointment, and he was like, "When was your last period?" And I was like 3 months ago. He was like, "So you're pregnant?" I was like, "No." He was like, "What?" And I told him. He was like, "Oh my god." Honestly, I'm saying it's my mom's hippie dippy voodoo magic shit. Because me and my sister will have like moments where like another coincidence, like everything can be explained by science. This I don't know. I honestly I don't know. Like, I changed my diet. I was like super healthy and in shape. Like, I honestly tried really hard for so many years, and then I was pregnant in a tent. And at one point I had 2 family doctors. We used to have something called walk-in clinics. Last time I called the walk-in clinic because I punched the wall, so my knuckle is about here. And I called the walk-in clinic, and she goes, "You don't have a family doctor?" I'm like, I did, but I don't anymore because like I need to get a new one, and I don't really know. Like, she's like, "Okay, we'll go to the hospital." Click. Wait, what the fuck just happened? I'll go to the fucking hospital. Are you kidding? I literally go to the hospital, and the doctors and nurse, the staff will stop and be like, "Oh, how's your mom?" Not because she worked there, because we are frequent flyer miles. You're a good day in the hospital, in the one they're talking about, Anna LaBerge. On a good day, you're there 8 hours, easily 8 hours. 10, like, is normal in emergency. Last time I was there was an elderly man bleeding from his head into his eye, and 3 people had to stand up and be like, someone needs to do something about this. This place is a total fucking crock of shit lies. And it's people that have literally paid into it, because they can't fucking admit it now. They've already fucking put all their fucking cards, they've already put all their chips on it. On this fucking shitty fucking flop of a hand. That they were like, oh, I don't think it's gonna go too well, but they didn't say anything the whole time. 30 years of my life, and I thought I was the one who's fucking retarded. I thought I couldn't speak French. They do it on purpose. Je comprends pas. I'm like, really? I thought I was saying it right. They do it on purpose. Ironically, the natives were the ones who let me hang out on their fucking reserves. Like,
elevated how we assess possession.
I'm so sorry.
Of a
You're
pet,
not my therapist.
to the extent that we're looking at it more than just a piece of property and considering the
people wonder why the fuck I do this
as well, and making a consideration.
This shit's important.
As to where the pet will go in the event of a separation.
Do you know how things work in
I'm not
other
trying to complain about
provinces?
it.
Is that unique to British
I'm trying to make
Columbia?
people understand why I look like a
Or
fucking failure of
taking
life.
in these other considerations?
And I
into
can't just be
account?
like, it's not my fault.
To the best of my knowledge, BC is the first province to actually make this distinction in terms of considering a pet over and above property. I research that I've done on this previously. I think
You
the
can't
biggest
take my dog
reason
from me.
where
You have to kill
the
me.
courts have been,
You
or
have to kill me.
legislators have been reluctant to make a pet akin to custody is just akin to children is just because these courts are overwhelmed as it is. And when we prioritize, what issues to deal with, and I'm a pet owner, so I don't want to sit here and say that pets aren't important. They're very important. But if we're prioritizing between a child and a pet,
Shut. No, fuck your kids. Sorry. No. You can just go make more. Honestly, like, you guys have kids on leashes and dogs in strollers. Don't you think something's not right here? Like, and it's not like I don't like kids. It's not like the parents. Because they raise their kids. I used to be more afraid of someone else's parent beating me. Or when you fucking are, they want you to be quieter, and they just like pop you in the mouth. Kids do this crazy band shit. Hey, whoa. It's me. It's my reflection, you dumbass. Oh no, they're playing hockey. Yeah. We'll go venture. This is my house. I live here. I like showing it off because no one ever thought I would ever make anything of substance. And I've been living in my truck and then a tent. So this is very impressive. I don't want to be like super obvious about it though. Go outside. Hey, stop. Chill. The fucking snowboarder. Oh, he's Zamboning it. I'm very excited about this. I wish I could do this and not be so awkward about it. Yeah, my neighbor literally made his kid a fucking skating rink in their backyard. Like, and he's out there with his kid, like, because I heard, hey, shut up. Fucking attitude. Hey, all I heard was, thunk. I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? And it's his kid. He's doing slap shots at the net. I'm like, oh, jeez. Is that going to be all day? What? Honestly, how to seeing a parenting and spending time with their children. Stop. Hey, stop. Chill. Can you stop? Fucking fine. Jack, stop. Oh, no. Stop. You're gonna wake up Yanni? He's gonna fucking stab me in the face. Yeah, no, like at the end of every street is like a little skating rink. Honestly, oh, I think also the reason why I think I didn't get pregnant is because I was given a vaccine called Gardasil. It's for HPV, which is vagina cancer. My parents were not informed. I walked into school. They told me, Madison, go downstairs, go get your vaccine. I'm like, vaccine for what? And they said for HPV. I was like, well, what is HPV? And they're like, vagina cancer. I was like, what? Like, first of all, I've never known anybody with vagina cancer. Second of all, isn't the more concerning problem is like the fact that there are a bunch of people who are getting some kind of vagina cancer? I think that's what fucked up my baby maker for all those years, to be honest. But I didn't go for all three. I think I went for 2. I didn't go for 3. And my parents were not informed at all because I'm a teenager in public school. Like, that's just my theory, though. I'm not an anti-vaxxer at all.
To the Beasel Bridge.
My mom, my grandma, or my nana, she had the one that you're in an iron lung for like a year or something like that. But I think the medical, as somebody who, at many times in my life, I used to get pneumonia, bronchitis multiple times a year when I was little. I used to be on antibiotic multiple times a year, x-rays multiple times a year, up until I started hanging out with homeless people and train hoppers who are disgusting. And I stopped getting sick because my mom is a hypochondriac. Severe hypochondriac, and I was sick a lot when I was a kid. And as someone who knows what it feels like to not be able to breathe, like you want to rip your stomach open and start pumping your lungs manually yourself. Like when I need an oxygen mask, I need prednisone. Like I fucking need it, and I really appreciate having those things. I really do. But I think maybe since TB, honestly, I think since tuberculosis. I'm gonna go ahead and share it because I think I'm call me conspiracy theory, whatever. I don't care. I think TB was made up to put Native children in sanatoriums. Those kids don't look sick to me. And you notice they're all Native. Even the ones that don't look Native, it's because they cut their hair off, they bleach their hair. You ever see a sanatorium? It's all Native kids. One of my most important people in my life died of lung failure. She had sclerodema, hardening of the lungs, and eventually they collapsed. She had a double lung transplant. So I really appreciate the medical system, and I know that it has value. But I think thalidomide, and they're talking about putting it back on the shelves again. They want to put thalidomide back on fucking shelves. Like, that's not just like a side effect. That's an abomination, honestly. Truly, honestly. Like a stain on our fucking human race. Like,
we call it practical magic. Book your free design consultation today at californiaclosets.ca.
The holiday season is officially behind us. The eggnog is gone and the deck.
okay. Honestly, this is like a lot of people who have been tuning in to. I usually don't talk as much.
And book with your local travel agent or when a cock loses her sight, she gets.
Like, a good part of the reason is I have a friend, and he's not even one of my friends. I like the guy. Ryu. Every time he sees me, why do you make those videos? I'm like, because people like you watch them, Ryu. He's like, yeah, but like you're not doing anything. I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know if he's an idiot or I'm an idiot. Maybe we're both fucking just like, I don't know. I wish I could say like it's because like I'm doing too much drugs, but nope, it's not even that.
In the Warning Center, this will see an additional 30 spaces available. However, as you can imagine, that is not enough to house everyone who needs shelter. And one major concern being voiced by advocates is that those who are turned away will suffer hypothermia, frostbite, and
3
possibly
people
amputation.
died last year, all native.
I came out. The lady was crying. They give her food. She cannot eat the food because her hand is freezing. Lost my sleeping bag, and I knew there and then that because January was
That's the hardest
pretty cold so far.
Losing all your non-replaceable stuff. That's the hardest part.
Without it. Before last year, warming centers wouldn't open until temperatures hit
My
minus
necklace.
50.
My grandmother's necklace.
I didn't want that to be too chronocentric, but to give an idea of what it's like to be out there, hopefully we can get as many people on that.
Whoa. They just changed my channel.
Rafi Aaron joins us right now, spokesperson for the Interfaith Coalition Fight Homelessness. Rafi, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
What can you tell us about the type of people like you who are so dedicated to helping people who are unhoused that it might be different from other people? Because it's when we pass by these people, like I was saying earlier today and last week, I saw a guy sleeping on a grate with no shoes, and I was like, okay, so am I going to give him my boots? What should I do? Because I could have called an Uber, I could have given him my boots, called an Uber, and I would have been okay to give him boots, but I just kept on walking. What would you tell people who are running across things that concern them? And I don't know, maybe it's bad that we're not concerned in the summertime when we see the really concerns now.
Well, I mean, you're correct. There are, and I don't want to be Toronto-centric either, but there are.
You're all Toronto-centric. Everything's Toronto. The only time you're ever talking about anything is fucking Toronto problems. No one gives a fuck about the GTA. It's where
as there are in the winter. So homelessness is 365 days a year. You know, all I can really tell
Thank
you
God for global warming.
work is that we are so fortunate to be able to have food on our table, a roof over our heads, and
no, you found a way.
You know, it's all very short.
In a way, I did choose to be homeless.
Got to look out for
I
each
had
other.
2 homes.
And
2 different apartments. And not because I was like bouncing back and forth between guys. Like,
you know,
not that at all.
To make sure that people have the basic necessities and their lives are not threatened.
When you interact with people,
that's why I went back to my real home.
What is the common denominator of why on nights like this they don't want to go to the shelter?
I left for 3.5 years.
Well, first of all,
I was so scared for my life because
a lot of places where there are no shelters. So let's begin there.
I've been trying to get my brother into a rehab because he literally is convinced there are cameras watching him.
I'm just going to talk about Toronto right now.
Torturing him, mentally torturing him.
Full, the shelters are full, the respites are full. There's nowhere for
there isn't
anybody
one.
to go.
Not one that's not Christian based.
People a night.
I brought him to one, actually, Portage. And it's only 12 steps, it's all fucking Christian based.
Volunteering in this sector, and I can tell you that under
Why do you think that is?
circumstances where I go into a shelter,
what do you think this
very
is?
violent places.
Yep.
Last year, CP revealed that they had information that there were hundreds upon hundreds of acts of violence.
Sexual assault.
We hear about sexual assault, rape, theft.
They steal all your shit. Yep.
And
they kick you out at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Unhealthy conditions, particularly in the winter when so many things are spread around.
There was a native lady that died on a construction site. There was a native dude who died in a porta potty.
Will you be out tonight on the streets? And if not, what will the people, and I'm sure that this is happening in every city across this country, what will people
every borough in the city
driving around and they come across someone who doesn't want to come in from the cold? How are those interactions? And because I think that you've done that before.
I won't be out tonight. I will be out tomorrow night. It'll be somewhere.
You think that people just don't want to come in out from the cold?
I know there are other parts of the country that have experienced, even colder conditions. And again, here there is nowhere for anyone to go. The other
used to let us go to metros. They don't even let us do that anymore. Because there's fucking people are shooting up drugs, and fucking when people go in to take the morning metro, there's fucking needles everywhere. Like, and now they're saying that there's a opioid crisis again. No, there isn't.
What has to happen?
It's Tina.
There's no
it's called Tina.
Turning people away.
Good thing it is. It doesn't kill you, so I can stop shooting people up with naloxone kits. That's great. And I can stop losing my people, but I don't know what's worse: them dying or
where they are, which is in
them not being there anymore, even though they're still alive. Like my brother is not my brother.
Also, people who are sleeping rough.
I was wondering, encampments versus somebody who is solo, is there, I guess that just in society, people are loners, maybe that's the difference, but is there the difference between a person who would seek shelter and the community of an encampment versus somebody who wants to be in the downtown of Montreal, Ottawa, or Toronto, or wherever they're listening right now and be on a grate?
Sometimes, you're completely out of options. And you've got to imagine that you're in this double-digit minus frigid conditions.
No, and it feels like people don't want you to survive here.
Because you're moving. But if you're outside for 24 hours, you can't be moving constantly. And there's also sleep deprivation because you can't sleep because you're so cold. So these are a number of factors how someone might wind up on a grate or, wherever. What happens, just going back, because this ties into what I was saying about encampment clearings.
It's humiliating.
People are cleared.
I had cops wake me up one day. I just fallen asleep, half an hour maybe.
That are close to supports and
can we help you?
That
Do you have resources? I was like, I need you
they are often
go
forced to go
they're there with an ambulance. Like, yo, I've been here for over a year and a half.
Like, locate them. And that is the most frightening thing. But tomorrow night, for certain, and I'm sure for people who are out there tonight, there's simply a lot of fear. There's really trepidation. There's uncertainty about,
you feel like nobody wants
people.
Like, you're just a burden on everybody.
Cannot survive in these conditions.
What will you be doing tomorrow? How does that work? Do you just drive around randomly because where people go? And
no, you don't need to.
Okay,
you just drive.
Or if they want to come to
within a couple minutes, you'll find homeless people. Stop putting your clothes in donation bins. Stop donating stuff to fucking charities. Guess where it goes? The Ladge de Valor, so they can resell it. As long as they give 30% of their fucking profits to a charity, which they own.
Who are unhoused.
The clothes you give away to charity, they don't go to people for free who need them.
So
they go back to the fucking store so they can resell them.
Just as we were going
Poor people don't have money. This discounted food thing where you pay like fucking however much to get discounted food, whatever. I don't know what the fuck this is. We used to have food banks. Food banks. Like, yeah, you get 3 fucking bales of lettuce that are partially moldy. Cut off the moldy parts.
You can get housing workers. You can get everybody into the group. When people are forcibly displaced, like we saw in Edmonton this week, what happens is that people are in. You've got 3 people here, 4 people there, and then it becomes really, really hard because you can only be out for so long, and you're traveling all over, to find these people, and
you don't have to look too far.
It's all extremely heartbreaking and nerve-wracking.
That's exactly what you guys do, though. Oh, it's so sad. But if I gave him money, he'd probably just go buy drugs with it.
Forcibly removed, or they can snatch that you can't locate anymore. We don't know where they are.
I think that's a really good point, and I'm so sorry I'm up against the hard net out right now, Rafi, but thank you very much for sharing these stories with us, and I appreciate your time. Rafi, Aaron.
What is going on the radio tonight? This is crazy.
To fight homelessness on what's like with on being out on the streets and on power in these temperatures. I'm Jim Richards. This is the iHeart Talk Radio Network.
Now, an update from the CJAD 800 Traffic Center.
Chicken honey's bounce? Nope.
Honestly, like, that changed my life. My hobos. My train hopping, fucking drug addicted, fucking rejects of fucking society, homeless people. That's where fucking I learned how to sew by a homeless man, dental floss. I stopped being sick all the time because I was around people who were just disgusting and filthy human beings. They fucking play mind games with people to try to like see if you're fucking fake or full of shit. And they're such mooches. Oh, you guys smoke? You got any change? I just want to go buy a beer. Like, they're such mooches. They're such garbage people. And they're my favorite people, honestly. It's like when rich people go into urban areas of cities because they want to experience like a more cultured whatever it is. That's what I do with Fatal. I'm like, oh, this is a shit thing I do. Or I'm like humbled every time I go back to Fatal because I'm like, oh, I don't have to live here, honestly. Like, and at least my life is not like every single person at Fatal. So Fatal is a crust punk commune, kind of. It's a community of crust punks. It's right beside the train tracks, so train hoppers come on and off. Used to be a metal factory of some kind. I don't know. But as long as you're fucking straight up and you're true, they'll accept you. They'll even if you one day some fucking random guy came in, he was so wasted and he pissed on my friend's floor. And I was like, Vic, what are you doing? Kick him out. And she's like, but it's cold out. He'll die of hypothermia probably. She tucked him in and fed him a bagel. It's like, Victoria, he just pissed on your floor. I don't even know this person. She's like, yeah, but I don't want him to go out there and die of hypothermia. I'm not gonna kick him out. Like, I'll wait till he wakes up and then I'll kick him out. Like, my people are just honestly top notch. Just the best people you could possibly imagine. After 3.5 years of being away from Fatal, because I guess I pissed off some groups from chalking some maybe controversial statements on the road. I usually do pretty pictures, but I'm very aware of my surroundings because I've been pulled into a car or someone tried to pull me in a car at least once that I recall. I used to go downtown clubbing by the time I was like 16. So I'm very aware of my surroundings. And shit just was not normal. Like, down the street, there was a garbage bin that just, like, was fucking an inferno. Like, and I'm used to I call it the shat rat stare down. You make eye contact with another human being in your general vicinity, and you stare down. Because the first one to look away is a bitch. And if no one looks away, you go, what? No problem? It's called the shat rat stare down. That's what I was raised on. I used to do this with middle-aged men as a teenage girl. Like, fucking look at it. Every moment of my being, I'm shoving that down. Trying to make sure I am not just giving someone a stank face. Which super sucks. I'm not like that. Like,
Good buildup. Active Legs from New Nordic is.
oh my god, shut up. No, I was so scared at one point when I was on the street and I had no one. I had no one. Not my family. All my friends, I didn't want to go clubbing anymore, so I was a traitor because I used to be the one who used to get all my girlfriend's drinks. We used to go downtown with $20 and they'd be wasted. I barely even drink, honestly. But I'm a crazy alcoholic. It's hilarious, honestly. It's really funny. Hardcore party animal. And then only after I realized, like, I should have just fucking went with it. I should have been like, yeah, I party so hard.
We're going to do top 5. Let's see, it's the draft, and it is, now I would call this new wave. Is it not new wave? It's the early birth of alternative, I think. Top post-punk songs. And I gotta tell you, I know two of them.
This is very misleading. I thought it was lip gloss. It was burning my fucking mouth. It is wax.
I was
Candle
not
milk.
doing the right things when I was a kid. All right, folks, let's talk a little bit about the demise of self-checkout, or is it too early to have that victory lap?
Starting to see more retailers pull back on self-checkout.
4 grocery stores. All of them collaborating
to
to fuck over
Target
all
for
of us.
5 or 6 years, so obviously I was a little perturbed when they decided to get rid of the stealing section. I don't mind paying for a few items here and there, but obviously I don't want to put the entire haul on my dime. Also, one of the reasons they said they're getting rid of the stealing
Okay, so that's not a real report, that's comedy, but I think it turned out to be true. The funeral costs for this, I mean,
Funny, not
originally
funny,
the company
I guess.
wanted the shrinkage of the payroll,
really
got rid of some tellers, and then the shrinkage because of the stealing made up for that, or it overlapped that.
It's the stealing, it's the employees.
Getting rid of some tellers, and then they started losing money because people were stealing.
It's just that there's so many ways you can game the system. And the one thing about shoppers is we're good gamers. Now, those with good ethics aren't going to steal, but there are times that a frustration.
What are you, a 16-year-old girl that has a fucking pink camo skin, like, PlayStation controller? You play Call of Duty? Like, good for you, girly. Hardcore gamer.
The teller down, who is helping 9 other people. And at some stores, people have, they're emptying an entire cart. I mean, it's frustrating sometimes.
People want that interaction.
Why would it be frustrating for you?
It's just an option.
So I don't know that people want the interaction. I was surprised at this number. A study said that 60% of people prefer self-checkout, and that's from 2021.
When they take
I'm
cash.
guessing that had changed. So we talked earlier today. This story is all because Target is kind of pulling back right now, and then they're getting some AI involved. Apparently, they can teach AI to figure out whether or not you are stealing. So we talked to Bruce Winder.
We don't have Target.
He's a retail analyst. Go to brucewinder.com.
Oh, we don't have sellers.
7,000 pictures of his face. He's got a picture of every different look that he's ever had in the history of him being Bruce Winder. For some reason, we'll get to that in a couple of seconds.
I can't steal. I try so hard.
Bruce Winder, and then send me
I
a
get kicked out.
screenshot of your
All my friends are stealing. You're like, man, go.
And he is the
Guys, wait
author
outside.
of Retail Before and After COVID. This is the after part, by the way. And I asked him, what is the industry thinking right now about
Do you have any
momentum
idea
to
how many
bring
times
self-checkout?
Well, you know what? There's lots going on.
I could have stolen
there's
so
a
much
lot of
money?
people kind of scratching their heads in the retail business. They know they have a problem because self-checkout has led to increases in shrink or theft, whatever you want to call it. And
No.
some folks are trying different things.
$14 garlic is what
eliminating
is
them
leading
or,
to
you know,
theft.
in the case in the U.S., Target is
And grocery store owners lecturing me on
I think that's a good idea.
the
Actually,
law,
because
and that's
you go to
stealing
some of
is
these
against the
places, and I
law.
think the
Yeah,
self-checkout
fucking
should be the
obvious.
replacement for the 10 items or less thing. But you go to some grocery stores and people have a full cart full, and you just get stuck waiting for everybody. Anyway, it's interesting because I've seen some companies get rid of it, but it's not because the customers have been unhappy with it, because I think if that was the case, they would never have brought them in. I think the reason is that people were stealing, and it's interesting.
People were
like,
always
okay, they want to save
stealing.
money by getting rid of some tellers, versus now,
You guys were
okay,
always having
that
people
money
stealing.
that we save, perhaps it's being undone by the amount that we're losing in theft.
Yeah, it's a bit of
Or maybe it's all those fridges that you guys put in to try to cover up the fact that you.
Let's go to self-checkout 5 or 10 years ago.
Okay.
Thinking they would save labor dollars instead.
So what actually happened? Let me tell you what actually happened. What actually happened is during COVID, we have 4 grocery stores. 4. So those grocery stores felt like they did such a good job during COVID that they would give themselves raises. And then try to cover up those raises. They were like, we're going to put in new freezers and fridges for all the grocery stores. Most of them are broken. They don't close. People run their carts into them. People fucking walk away without closing them. People are getting sick from fucking unregulated fridge temperatures. You're on my shit list. I'm not allowed to be friendly with you until you and my boyfriend have a conversation. Makes me more sad about it than I am like pissed about it. Like, not actually pissed about it, because if I was pissed about every time a male took it to a point where it's like, okay, that's not a joke. Like, I can't take that as a joke, because then I don't know. I don't think that willful ignorance is a good excuse.
Consumers are kind of furious about that as well.
Let me ask you one more important question. I was on brucewinder.com. There are 1,000 different pictures of Bruce Winder with 1 million different looks. Over the course of how long we're all... Imagine how many looks you could have. Like, okay, so Bruce...
I hate you. I hate Jim Richards so much. He's such a fucking twat jackass. Really, David Cooper did his show for over a year, being like, "Oh, the guest on the show, David Cooper." Over a year, he was still getting paid.
Look, I got going on.
I think so. You know, part of it is liberating. When I left the corporate world, I could finally kind of do what I want, you know, and this is sort of me liberating myself and collecting that liberation through sort of doing a run through the different decades of fashion, if you will.
Yeah. So I was like, who are these different dudes that he's interacting with? And I was like, wait a second, it's all him. How many pictures are there, do you think?
There's about 80 or 90 pictures.
80 or 90 pictures of you looks in about, and over the course of how long is the pandemic?
Probably about 6 or 7 years.
As a retail expert.
Exactly.
And finally, let's get you on Mastermind. I know they were purchased. I know that they had disappointed a lot of people because they weren't going to honor gift cards after, I think it was after the holidays or after a certain point. They're closing some of their outlets on the unemployment line. Do you think the new plan for Mastermind will save the brand?
I think it has a really good chance. I mean, I think we all knew that they were too big and they just weren't making money, and that's why they were sold off. And I think the new owners, most of us realize that they're going to have to get a little bit profitable. And but I think there's a good chance of them saving the brand. There's some pretty astute people.
No. What? Oh, shit. No. Are we back? What? What? Yep, and that's what's on my computer. Do not buy anything from Bill Gates. Anything from Bill Gates.
Okay,
it is going to be garbage. The Surface Pro X is the most biggest piece of. I'm Acer Vista, a 3 gig Acer Vista.
Including
I would take that over
long-beard,
this.
long hair. Okay, Bruce, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jim. Take care.
Bruce Winder. You don't have to do that. BruceWinder.com. I wouldn't. If I'm BruceWinder.com, I wouldn't. BruceWinder.com. Rachel Notley is not the leader of the NDP. BruceWinder.com.
What?
Now,
What?
An update from the CJAD 800 Traffic Center.
Do that?
20 eastbound, snow removal underway on the West Island, making its way towards Point Claire. Another stalled vehicle blocking the right
where I
lane
am.
to the Ville St. Pierre interchange. Traffic is approaching First Avenue. On the Met eastbound at St. Paul, there is snow removal or an incident in the right lane. We are seeing some volume ahead of that around the Turcot.
Oh. We're not gonna break
Interchange traffic is looking good. 1
Shut the fuck up. I'm not even touching it. Like, not even near my fucking computer. I hate you. Fucking. We're gonna move away from the heater because it is too hot. What? There you go.
Dan Riskin takes a look at what happens every time you drink a bottle of water. The Andrew Carter Morning Show. Join us, 5 to 9.
This is the morning?
The Night Country. It takes us one.
And we're back to fucking ad.
True Detective, Night Country.
Come see, come suck. Fucking.
Richard Kim Medicine.
Every fucking ad.
Auto show. Now activated.
The most incredible Ferraris ever. Presented by
Ferrari. Who the fuck do you know is buying a Ferrari right now? I think that's cute. I did not have my YouTube one on because I'm trying to figure out why my Facebook on my not. Where's my dog? You kind of vaguely hear him going.
when it comes to personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with
Yeah, no, he's 14, so no, I can't blame it on that. He's just old and grumpy.
nonprofit credit counseling organizations.
I also made him be a hobo dog for quite a few years, so he's pretty stoked to be indoors and sleeps most of the days.
No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-318-1940.
I think we need to stop, as a population, as society, we need to stop telling people that, don't worry, you'll have support. People will be there for you. No. They won't.
When the time comes to buy or lease a Nissan, never compromise on quality. Buy your Nissan from Spinelli Nissan.
Spinelli.
Spinelli invites you to the Nissan Now event. Lease a 2024 Pathfinder S all-wheel drive for $499 per month for 24 months at 5.99% with an initial payment of $32.59. And enjoy a 1% rate reduction exclusively.
Oh, I can actually put this on my fingers. Okay.
Starting from $49,747.
Spinelli Nissan, the address of choice for all automotive services. The blocked nose, a scratchy throat, an upset stomach. Follow your pharmacist's advice.
What's the matter, Jocko?
At home. There are efficient alternatives to the emergency room. Learn more at quebec.ca/health access.
Okay. Yeah, I want access to health in 16 months from now. Thank you. Helpful.
I had this argument on the Toronto station earlier today.
Oh, of course you did.
Ridiculous. Somebody doesn't like speed cameras because they got a ticket, and then they kept on speeding on that road. And they kept on getting tickets, but it takes. I
had my license plate stolen
to be issued
because the neighbor had a fucking same truck as me, and I was like, fellow trailblazer, hello. And then one day he had 2 dents in his car, and he felt like the need to explain it to me. Some lady backed up into him, and I was like, but why is there 2 dents then? He stole my license plate. So now my license is technically suspended right now because I literally have to drive way outside the city, like at least an hour and a half to Saint Jerome.
Or should you just know the speed limit? And the argument
like
is
I don't go to Saint Jerome ever, obviously. I made a police report, everything. And they still keep sending me fucking bills for this fucking A25 bullshit highway. Like, I can't handle it. Like, I just stopped trying. I just don't care anymore. And I literally tell cops this when if they ever pull me over. I literally just like, so this is the situation. No, I just have to make sure I don't give cops a reason to ever give me a hard time.
You might have a point. But I don't know if you're like, yeah, you know what? I got 1 speeding ticket for the other.
I've never gotten a speeding ticket. This is all because I live next to a lady whose family was the mafia. I was not aware. She didn't like my chalk work, so she washed off one of the best chalk works I've ever done, the sunflowers. Grabbed a piece of chalk and wrote, "Fuck you, you stupid asshole." So I went to go chalk again the next night. Her husband had to try to stop her from coming to beat me up over chalking.
Became premier and now leader of the NDP, announcing that she is.
You have no idea how many fucking parking tickets I've received because of this piece of shit, fucking useless waste of life. She's got a spa around the corner, a spa business. She's got 5 company cars that she parks on the fucking road.
Should I be calling you professor?
And she's got a driveway that's empty. Double driveway that's empty all the time. She even got a fucking handicap parking for her father. Me and her father are cool. I thought about it. I realized, yep, he is definitely mafia. Sits on his chair outside, has his cane, has his hat, bling, a little bit of bling, and we do the head nod.
The dynasty of the Progressive Conservatives.
Me and her, on the other hand,
she is noted as a coalition builder,
hundreds,
great leader who brought in people from
hundreds
a wide range of perspectives, and
parking tickets,
and vendors, and all kinds of other things.
For nothing.
Into her decision
for the street cleaning.
She announced her climate policy. She was flanked by
twice a week. We have to move our cars for street cleaning.
Indigenous leaders.
Why are the fucking streets so filthy, first of all?
By opposition members, Brian Dean, for example, who was from Fort McMurray, a representative from Fort McMurray, was with her at the podium when she made daily announcements about what was happening with respect to the fire. So
a coalition builder and an extraordinarily talented politician, and perhaps more than anything else, just someone who brought the NDP into a very different place, a very pragmatic, very effective party that she led.
Does the Green Party still exist?
But also changed the nature of politics in Alberta. It's now a two-party system where it was very one-party dominant for decades.
No, now you have a bunch of people who are usually liberal who are like, I'm probably going to vote conservative. Anything to get Justin Trudeau out. This is Hillary Clinton and a Donald Trump. A giant fucking turd and a douche sandwich.
Their name. I only bring that up because is being an NDP member of the NDP party in Alberta the same as being an NDP person?
I voted for him last election. I voted for Jagmeet Singh.
I would say not. I would say
a lot of people I know voted for Jagmeet Singh, and apparently he came in fourth.
Federal NDP party. She's unusual for an NDP leader.
Behind the Green Party, I think it was. Is that the Green Party or the PQ? I was like, yeah,
but also
okay,
in
sure.
favor of fair payments and minimum wage, social programs to be available and indexed to inflation. Funding a new cancer center in Calgary, so healthcare was a big priority for her, as well as was education. So she really struck a balance between right and left, and sort of situated herself much more.
Like, I don't know where this free healthcare fucking idea comes from. Like, we never had free healthcare.
Many NDP leaders and governments.
And I mean, it's an interesting.
And if I'm already being born into fucking debt,
in Alberta,
like, just keep piling it on. Go for it.
From 10 years ago might not recognize what has happened to, I was going to say conservatism,
or
but the
do they not want to pay attention?
The Conservative Party,
because
they
they'll
might
look
not
stupid.
necessarily recognize it. So where do people find homes, and who is in these parties?
Well, the United Conservative Party has taken a pretty sharp shift to the right under Danielle Smith. It was the right sort of wing or fringe of the party that elected
Snake woman
is supporting
Christopher
her
Freeland can
now,
relate. She can make me a born again Christian.
Well, I would say a number of the
Christopher Freeland, I might become a born again Christian because that woman is the devil. If there is a devil, that woman is the spawn of fucking Satan.
Rachel Notley,
I think we're good. Mr. Speaker.
Much more centrist party, much less ideological, and I was struck
like,
by how
literally,
many
who the
people
fuck does that? Who goes on national TV and goes, I know I'm privileged.
They didn't recognize this conservative party anymore. It didn't look conservative at all to them.
We're all very clear about that already.
To the point where they say, I've been a conservative all my life, but I'm voting NDP. But also, a number
Liberal
of people
conservative
did not bring themselves to vote for an NDP party.
No point.
And so some people
No point in voting.
not just changing
No
the
point.
leader, but changing the name.
It's interesting
I
because
think- I
was saying
don't-
the same thing about her announcement today, and maybe think of Trump last
Because we
night,
do paper
and that
ballot,
some
I
conservatives
thought it would be harder
can't
for him to rig the
a
election.
Trump
I think
Republican,
Trudeau
conservative
rigged the election because I think
conservative
Jagmeet Singh was supposed to win,
the Biden
honestly.
team, and I'm guessing that has happened quite a bit in Alberta because of the right turn that conservative party has taken.
Yeah, no, like, I like Pierre Poilievre as a politician, but I don't agree with his politics. He openly came out and said that he has investments in real estate.
No, it would be.
Why do you think the housing crisis is top of this list?
So I presumably it would be a new name, but there are a number of folks who ran as
You have to be fucking religious. You have to be at least Catholic, Christian, if not part of the Catholic or the Catholicism. Then at least they are okay if you follow another religion, but you have to have a religion, which I do not. And I'm not atheist. I'm not agnostic. I'm not anything. I think this whole idea of you people having to be like, oh, if I do bad things to people, something bad's gonna happen to me, or you just not do bad things to people, you know.
As well, really quite impressive, and based on the visit that her name's Joanna Algunide, and based on her discussion with this oil and gas fella.
Okay, my recent conspiracy theory is that people are getting stand-ins. You know when you have a doppelganger or you see somebody you know and you're like, I saw your doppelganger? I think that's what they're doing.
if you've got, and so it could be
Or I think
someone,
they're trying to either
those are
dress in
in the
costume,
legislature
some of
right now,
them.
who could
Trudeau
replace
has
this
this
leader. It
bald
could be
guy
somebody from the private
on his
who comes in, who has something like a, neighbor.
Trudeau has this bald guy on his party. I'm telling you, this guy's accent changes dramatically every single time I see him. I really like the heater being off because it's not like, but my oil tank is empty, so we don't have any heating in the house.
Until January 31st, 2024, get yourself a 100% electric
It's like $700-800 too.
with the prestigious executive package.
Access to what feature?
Comfort and sophistication of the Lexus brand. And enjoy a generous
What do you think is happening?
Spinelli Electric, all automotive services. EMSB, celebrating Quebec Francophone culture this month. Kindergarten
What the fuck?
registration starts February 6th. Promote go to emsb.qc.ca. Good evening, it's 9 o'clock. I'm Maxi Get Up with your CCG News update. Currently minus 10 degrees, but it feels more like minus 13.
Am I good?
In minutes. Just making news right now.
Do I have a fucking front door open? Holy shit.
A new plan is unveiled in hopes of bringing back people to downtown Montreal. Urgence Santé receives a record amount of calls because of icy sidewalks and cold weather continues to batter the United States. With the latest from the CJD 800 Traffic Center.
No, that's a rerun from yesterday.
20 eastbound had a stalled vehicle after the Bill St. Pierre interchange that has been cleared away. Snow clearing underway on the 20 eastbound towards the 138. Also dealing with the closure
I could do stuff anyway.
tomorrow morning for road work.
I think I've eaten all day. Starving.
So you will be forced off at the mountain exit, and you can regain entry to the Bill eastbound at the Ontonagon entrance, detour via St. Antoine. Traffic elsewhere in Montreal looking good. No issues around the Kelly interchange. The net is in good shape. Maybe some snow clearing currently in Laurentian onward southbound in Laval. Currently it is underway on the 440 eastbound. That is in eastern Laval. Laurentian onward north and southbound working smoothly. Book 4 months in advance and save $400 per family of 4 on packages to Curacao with Air Canada Vacations. Book at aircanadavacations.com today. Let us know what you see on the road.
You're encouraging people to drive and be on their phone.
In the news, the city of Montreal is investing $1.8 billion over the next 10 years. It's a try to revitalize downtown core.
That plan's focused on 3 main parts: reinforcing the identity of downtown neighborhoods, making it better to spend time in, and attracting people to live there. That last part includes things like making the area cleaner and cutting down on construction sites while adding more urban art. Mayor Valérie Plante says she's excited about the plan to invest in the Quartier Latin in particular and make winter a major attraction in Montreal.
There's not one solution to the occupancy rate, but we know that when the street is welcoming, when there's animation, when there's something to do, people come.
She also stressed the focus on bringing more high-end work opportunities and everything from tech and health to culture downtown to encourage people to live there, and spoke about creating 15,000 new units to have people live in new neighborhoods in Fabourg and Bridge-Bonaventure sectors. I'm Don Keegan.
Oh my God. Okay, so because this real estate company went bankrupt, and there's now over 5,000 properties that range from anywhere from millions of dollars to $1. All the ones that are $1, you can be sure your shit they're gonna level because they were with 0. If you don't have to go out when the weather's bad, don't. Like if they're telling people if you have if you have to go to the hospital, don't, unless you're blue in the face.
Removal. For the second time in less than a week, there's been a deadly accident at a ski hill. It happened
Oh, fucking with the fucking ski hills, man. These are all the people who are making all these fucking problems. Just saying. Because they only come here 3 months of the year. June, July, August. As if it's a fucking vacation resort.
The Houston, Texas area is getting through a winter storm. Mayor John Whitmire says there will be one more night of cold temperatures.
I'm glad you guys hired someone who's fucking handicapped.
City operations will go back to normal tomorrow. City employees will be at work tomorrow. The schools will be open tomorrow. But you got to be cautious. There are going to be ice patches. Probably until about midday tomorrow.
The U.S. National Weather Service posted an ice storm warning in parts of Oregon, including Portland, until tomorrow when temperatures are expected to rise. For more news, go to CJD800.com or download the iHeartRadio app. Your Dormez-vous Weather Center forecast. We have snow ending this evening, then clearing skies, a low of -13, wind chill -20 overnight. Sunny skies for tomorrow morning, and some clouds moving in around noon. High of -9, but windy. We'll have wind chills going to -22 in the morning and -17 in the afternoon. And then on Thursday, sunny skies and high of -7. Right now it's -10 degrees, but it feels more like -13 downtown. For a complete recap of today's top stories in Montreal, join us tonight.
Oh my god, you're so stupid.
We're here on News Talk Radio. CJD.
Things made of fucking magnetic, fucking retarded. Things like fucking.
That it's okay to speed if there are speed traps, speed cameras. Should you not get another ticket until you receive that is the argument going on in Guelph right now, where somebody is upset that a speed camera sent them a ticket every single day they were speeding. He should have been notified that he was
A reminder, and then they increase it.
I don't know, the mail needs to be faster. You want a text message when you're speeding. You want your license plate hooked up to a text message that you get one morning. I don't know how that makes any sense. We'll get to it a little bit later on.
It's News Talk
Okay, well.
on the iHeartRadio Talk Network. Here's your host, Jim Richards.
Okay.
It is time for the draft, and we're into a music category tonight. If you don't know what the draft is, congratulations. I was going to say we try to do 5 rounds, but I'm going to do rounds and get to. Because there's too many nights where I'm trying to cram the 5th round in.
Okay. We're going to listen to some tunes, get kicked off from Facebook. Start a ruckus. I'm gonna sit back down because now I'm fucking cold. Cause I turned off my heater. I guess I'm gonna do it. I'm so fucking angry at him. Fuck.
Chunk of time for me, and Eric's definition is broader than mine, I know, based on his picks. For me, it's kind of late 70s, after those first initial punk bands like the Sex Pistols and the Clash.
Gross.
Right after those guys.
We're done. Nope. Fuck it. Oh my god. Duran Duran, the Sticks. There's nothing good about the 80s. The people sucked. The music sucked. The fashion sucked. The TV sucked. All the fucking sucked. Nothing is good about the 80s.
It's a more melodic punk music mixing with, new wave and early much music and MTV.
I got a better idea. David Cooper. So my fucking blunts. I'm gonna add out. Yeah, I'm gonna have this because I don't like fucking with these pieces of shit. Here's the next one. We're like the 16th. It's like 5 days ago. Okay, I'm gonna put on music instead because I'm pretty sure Facebook isn't actually like sharing my video while it's live either. I'm pretty sure they have some moderate or like censor first. Go through it. Because even when they do they ban me for 30 days, I'm like, yeah, but I don't make money. Like, also not the news. Like, I just had news playing in the background. I got banned for playing news in the background. Like, well, do stuff. Because apparently you're not allowed to report, like, it's AM radio. It's the only English AM radio station. But apparently I can get banned. I literally got banned for 30 days from live streaming. Like, and there's no customer support. There's no technical service. Like, I'm like, well then why do you guys have so much money? Like, you obviously not pay your fucking employees. You don't have any. Unless it's your fucking family. And it's the only way you can actually have a fucking job or a career of any kind. I'm just being an asshole to Morgan. It's fine. They were fucking meeting me last time. And they both were doing it, and they knew they were doing it while they were doing it. So. Usually not a tit for tat, but. How did I not know that? Why wouldn't you tell me that? Well, Connor's gone. I actually had tried to have Connor taken care of before that. I sent somebody to go take care of Connor, apparently. Borderline being hospitalized apparently is not enough for him to understand, but he's gone now. Next time I see him, I'm going to run over my car. If someone hasn't already done so, should have taken my chance while I had it. Doing a little fucking favor. Like, when you have one girlfriend that commits suicide, like, that's just sad. You have two girlfriends committing suicide, and then it's kind of like, oh, like, you should stop going after girls that are suicidal. By the third girlfriend that committed suicide, Connor murders his girlfriend by making them want to fucking die because he fucks with their heads so bad. So, and Lisa is a child. She literally came from like this fucking town of 300.
Dennis Quaid is one of the most famous actors in the world. He's played about 150 movies, spanning almost 50 years, and he is at the same time a really interesting person with a lot to say, who thinks a lot and thinks freely. He's also an accomplished musician.
Yeah, but like I don't. Caitlin dumped him off, or he went to Shetty, and then Caitlin brought him to my place. And I called a place called Andy's House, and they no longer take people who are on welfare. It's $30,000. So I was like, okay, never mind. But he hung up on the girl. He's just like viciously angry. Like, watch him scream in his girlfriend's face, like an inch away from his girlfriend's face. And like, she's a heroin junkie, but like, she's constantly trying to get them into like rehab programs, and like, she can quit heroin. Like, no, like, she'll be fine, honestly. Like, for a heroin user, she's actually very competent. Can you believe this girl literally got two people's fucking hydro bills wiped? They never paid hydro as long as they were there. 2 in 1 fucking day. Fucking like, Jesus, that's a gift, fuck. No, she's like, Morgan, she's the carbon copy of you. Just saying. Like, me and Rhea, we do not. It's not that we don't get along. We are not the same kind of person. At all. Like, she's a fucking pain in the ass. Totally. But Fury knew that when. Like, Fury likes girls that boss him around and. Girls that are very, uptight, kind of, basically. No offense. But like, me and Rhea, we were like fucking not even relatively, we had nothing in common. I was gonna put her up against the wall until she ever got my fucking brother hooked on smack. I wouldn't even end her life. I would make her life so fucking miserable and difficult to the point where she would want to end it herself. But I got her story, and she was like 16 years old, selling fucking weed at high school, and they put her in fucking, threatened to take away from her mother, and they put her in juvie for it. And now she's a heroin junkie, so that's great. And then they're giving her, methadone and Suboxone and Dilaudid. I don't know about you, but people that I know that want to get off drugs, usually they don't want to do more drugs to get off drugs. Maybe I'm the one who's retarded, though. Yeah, because of my floor. I can spit on it if I want to. The other day, I threw my banana peel. I was like, oh shit, I do my. Oh yeah. I just threw my banana peel on my floor. I'm afraid my brother's gonna end up killing somebody. And he's just like the sweetest, most harmless thing. He would never hurt anybody. Like those. Tina makes you into a different person. I'm a completely different person. A vicious blind rage. I was gone for 3.5 years. By the time I got back to fucking fatal, everyone's smoking a fucking some kind of pipe. And I was just like, what the fuck happened? Like, how did it get this bad? People like fucking sneagle in the parking lot, like trying to light a fucking crack pipe. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, everyone got arrested, everyone went to jail, or everyone else is dead. You're trying to say that there's a fucking opioid epidemic again? Like, it's so far from the truth. Not an opioid. There's no opioid epidemic. Like, I is really one of the few people that I know that are still on heroin. And for one who's on heroin, she's very functional. Way more functional than I am not on heroin, actually, most of the time. She just falls asleep in mid-conversation. And she'll just be like in the parking lot, like weaving, like, Rhea? And she'll be like, hello. Her eyes will still be closed. It's not funny. It's super not funny. It's terrible, honestly. It's really terrible. But her cat ran away. I had to go see her. She's not in a good way, though. And then my brother yells at her the way he does. I genuinely am starting to think there's something wrong with the amount of people that I know that have successfully accomplished suicide. The more I think about it, anymore. I doubt it. Anxious. Stop counting how many funerals I've been to. And every time you shoot somebody up in the lock zone, you are re-traumatized. And it's just like another. And I love Fatal. It was I'm just tired of funerals, tired of fucking shooting people up. Just for them to go fucking shoot her again. The one time I did go out to a bar, my partner Dom, he took me to go to play the slots with him. I was up like $230, and some Inuit lady came and sat next to me, and I thought she was trying to be friendly, and then at some point I realized, I'm like, you're trying to get a $5 fix, and you are trying to prostitute yourself to me right now. Get the fuck away from me. She was like, oh, sorry. I was like, no, you need to get the fuck away from me right now. Fucking Mohawks that are supposed to be getting those benefits. Anything to not talk about fucking gonna walk in Mohawks. Let all the fucking Inuit people come here, expose them to a fuck ton of drugs. They're everywhere. Everywhere. And they try to say that they're native. Which they are. Just, we have a reserve in the river right next to us. One of the biggest reserves. They have their own police force even. I just don't understand why we never talk about that current bad situation, because that's what it is, bad. It's not fair to tell a bunch of fucking people to come here when they've never been exposed to like easily accessible drugs like this. So I went out and sat in the car, and Tom was like, "Why are you all pissed off? You're like $200 fucking bucks." I was like, "I don't even give a shit. I'm going to the car." We were there for like 2 hours, and I go there's the truck that was still running since we got there, and there was a guy who had his head down. I kind of like looked him for a little bit to see if he was gonna move. I was like, "Oh, fuck." I went and parked my car behind him. I got out of my car and I was like, hey, bro. It was like minus fucking 30 out. Guy's not wearing a jacket, windows are open, fucking radio's blaring. Big fucking wad of cash, all hundreds and fifties. It's like, you are so lucky I'm fucking an honest person, man. I'm not even taking a fucking 20 just for my time. I was like, yo, you need to tell me your phone password so I can call somebody for you. He was like, what? You want to be in my car right now? I'm like, I can fucking assure you, sir. The last place I want to be in is your fucking truck that smells like a high school locker room. Because I left my friends to not be around this. So you can imagine how thrilled I am that I'm doing it with a fucking stranger. Pretty sure every contact on that guy's phone were all drug related. I hope I scared the shit out of him because I told him, I was like, you know what? Do you want to die? Like, because that's what you're going to do. Like, it's a 50-50 every time. Every time. I told the guy, I was like, do you want to die? Because that's what's going to happen. Like, do you have people, I'm assuming you have people that care about you? Like, friends and family? He goes, yeah. Like, well, I don't. They're all dead. Or they're fucking, they might as well be dead. Because we can't be around each other anymore. Hopefully I scared the shit out of him. And you know what? It was so stupid because I was like, I know, obviously I know it's on heroin. Like, he was there for 2 hours, fuck. I'm like, you guys just fucking come out here and you smoke your cigarette and you just stare at him and you just fucking walk back inside. Like, so no one's gonna do fucking anything? Oh, okay, great. So let's get in the truck. I was like, I can't let you drive like this. He was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm like, no, you're not fucking driving like this, or I'm calling the fucking. The only way I'm letting you drive is you let me call a paramedic to like assess that you're okay enough to drive, and I'll make sure that it's a mental wellness check. So if cops could not show up, that would be great. Like, and he was like, fucking, you should have seen how fast he woke up. When you say fucking anything about first responders, wakes up real fast. I was like, I cannot let you drive if you've been smoking or shooting heroin. Like, and I was more mad that he lied about it because I asked him, like, what did you take? And I was like, you're on pen? He was like, no. And I opened his middle glove box, fucking white and fucking black. And I was like, you fucking lied to me. I asked you. You fucking lied. And I already knew that you were on heroin. Hence why I'm in your fucking passenger seat. I was like, shit. So I called some guy, which I'm pretty sure is his dealer. I was like, yo, this guy's been passing on his truck for 2 hours. Morally, I cannot let him just drive away. So I made him go in and get something to eat. Then I dipped. He said, what's your name? I'm like, doesn't matter. Not the point. I was like, fucking, you have the fucking money for it? Let's fuck off that shit, because it's selfish. It's so selfish. And if you think your life is that bad, well, it's always someone who's got it worse than you. I used to always say that could be better. No, I say could be worse. I miss my friend Eric so much. So much. Miss Allison Locke too. I don't know. It's stupid. Like, I thought Eric was like gonna get clean and eventually he'd have a kid that I'd fucking have to watch and do barbecues and shit. Like when we were kids, you know. Like, I just had like this image in my head of like the shirt that he's wearing, a button-down shirt, like nice dress shirt. Or people are gonna die. I just have that feeling more people are gonna die before it starts to get better. I just hope none of my people end up having to fucking. Okay. My nails are falling off. Okay, we're good. All they had to do was tell me. No one would tell me how far deep he was in it. They thought I was gonna go do it with him. And that was not their fucking. And that's not actually why they said. Like, I know exactly why. It's because that means I would fucking ruin the party. For all of them. So let's let her son die. And my family's better now. I'm happy for them. I really am. I truly am happy for them that they're better now. But obviously, I just don't fit. Like, I didn't think I was. But. I'm not gonna be fake. It's just not in me. I'd rather fucking die knowing that I'm a honest, half decent person than have to live forever being grossed out by myself, you know? I know who I am. I don't change for nobody. Nobody. Just because somebody feels like I was not aware that people are allowed to require a certain level of comfort, and everybody else is going to adjust, like how they behave to match this person's like comfort level. I was like, you can demand that? Nobody told me that. I didn't know you can demand a comfort level. Like. I miss Patrick too. I can totally understand why he wants to like restart his life. A chance for him to restart his life somewhere else. Because there's nothing else around here. I think I missed one making a big deal of my birthday. I stopped celebrating my birthday in grade 5. Because I made my own birthday cards. I invited my whole grade. And maybe my one friend showed up. More of my sister's friends than mine.
years. When I was in, as I talked about, loved her and hated her so much and felt so dependent. Like, how will I ever survive without her? And yet, as I've shared in so many videos, being in situations in my mid to late 40s, crying my eyes out after she name called me, gone after my kids, really done and said very harmful things. But it was all I ever knew was this swinging, toxic back and forth. It was a very toxic relationship. But that doesn't mean that there were times when we didn't have a good time and have a similar sense of humor or laugh together.
She's calling her Rock one day. I told her I was like, can't call me that anymore. It's so calling me Rock. Like, because I'm super not a rock. Really fucking jello mostly. CVS. Huh. Fuck yeah.
I got Sophia. I'm good now. This part of the
Looks like Tim.
forgery on the Canadian taxpayer. This warrants a police investigation. This is staggering.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Another Perspective, everyone. I'm Cypher.
And I'm Fox. Today, we continue our expose of the $1 billion slush fund scandal, which entails the government funding program via the Sustainable Development Technology Canada Organization, or SDTC. If you haven't watched parts 1 through 4 of this series, I encourage you to do so in order to have the context for what we are discussing in this video. You can find the links to those videos in the description.
On November 6, 2023, the Ethics Committee summoned François-Philippe Champagne to answer questions about the status of the investigation into the problems that were occurring within the SCPC. What resulted was a series of non-embarrassing answers from the Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry, and him repeatedly telling everyone that he was a lawyer, albeit not a very good one, really.
First, the conservative dream team of Michael Barrett, Michael Cooper, and Larry Brock were able to expose his incompetence and willful ignorance as Champagne revealed that he had not yet read any of the allegations and that the whistleblower had submitted. But he kept asking for his evidence to justify doing literally anything to correct the actions by the corrupt SDTC board that was put into place by Justin Trudeau over the last 6 years.
2 days later, on November 8, 2023, the committee was determined to get to the bottom of some of these answers. To do that, they summoned the top 3 senior execs appointed to the SDTC. Cheryl Uri, Vice President of Finance, Annette Veschuren, Chair of the Board, and Leah Lawrence, President and CEO.
In an interesting twist, the decision was also made
recorded on tape by the whistleblowers to be confirming that all of the allegations of corruption were well-founded. Doug McConaughey.
So not only was the executive team at the SDTC going to have to face a committee, they would also have to do so sitting right now. Should all be hired.
Let's watch, shall we?
I'd like to now welcome our witnesses today from the Department of Industry. I've got Mr. Douglas McConaughey, Assistant Deputy Minister and Chief Financial Officer, Corporate Management Sector. Welcome, Mr. McConaughey. From Sustainable Development Technology Canada, Leah Lawrence, President and Chief Executive Officer, Annette Versturen, Chair, Board of Directors, Cheryl Urey, Vice President of Finance. Did I say that correct? Urey? Okay, thank you. Mr. McConaughey, you have 5 minutes to address the committee. Please go ahead, sir. Mr. Chair, honorable members, officials, my name is Douglas McConaughey. I'm the CFO and the Assistant Deputy Minister, Corporate Management at ISED. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to contextualize the remarks that were attributed to me in recent media reports related to Sustainable Development Technology Canada, or STDC. Mr. Chair, the allegations that were made against STDC are very serious. However, it is important to note that the confidential file that was prepared by the complainant did not contain clear evidence of wrongdoing or misconduct in spite of its impressive size.
Wait a minute, Doug. Wait a minute. This isn't what you said before. It didn't contain any significant wrongdoing. Really? Gee, it's almost like your boss pulled you into his office and had a chat with you and told you how this narrative was going to go.
This is really weird because honestly, based on those previous tapes, I thought Doug McConaughey was going to be one of the guys that we could trust. I guess we'll have to see how this plays out.
Remember, he's the
I'll stand right here. You can tell me what you want to tell me.
and Assistant Deputy Minister.
No, it's totally
for the
conversation.
Economic Development Canada.
No,
That
I'll stand right
refers
here.
to
And
Francois
if you don't
Champagne.
tell me what this is about, I'm gonna go back to work.
So it's plain to see
Not for you,
what
like
kind
your
of
eyes.
happened
Close
here.
your fucking door. Are you kidding? Fuck that.
That's unfortunate, Doug.
The process demanded that we address the complaint expeditiously and in confidence, both to protect the complainant from
Also,
reprisal
don't get in trouble.
and to ensure that the
Fucking job
reputations of the
perfectly all the
STDC
time.
board and executive were not unfairly besmirched. Undertake a fact-finding exercise to determine if the allegations had merit and whether there's a factual basis upon which to take further action.
Okay.
Between March 17 and September 29, I met with the complainant 24 times, representing more than 30 hours of conversation. My objective in these meetings was to be as transparent as possible about how ISED was managing the complaint and to provide timely updates on the status of the fact-finding exercise. I wanted the complainant to understand that ISED was taking the complaint seriously and to build his confidence in the integrity of the process.
You know what? I don't even, because like these are all the answers that I've been wanting to hear. Yeah, feel bad choice. Yeah, my new favorite. So good. I hate you. No. Don't buy stuff, don't fucking eat. Okay. No, why do you suck so fucking hard?
I think that we're headed down the wrong road. Fake's real and they say real's fake woke. False prophets on these screens everywhere we go. But what did you expect when dumb people got smartphones? It's cool making all the big joke, crying your fake kings and let them sit up on your fake thrones. You're young now, but just wait until you grow old in life.
Fucking asshole. Why do you suck ass?
Days in the desert, no food, water, searching for. Seems like you sit up on your fake thrones. You're young now, but just wait until you grow old. When life gets real, you'll remember all these words I wrote. I went roam and walked multiple ways for 40 nights, 40 sleeps, that's multiple days. In the desert, no food, water, searching for the answers. But you listen to these people who got nothing to say. You wouldn't know real if it's fact you right in the face. Ain't for the culture, I can tell by the shit you embrace. I'm in Gotham, but my mind's in a different place. So fuck your cosign, money in your radio play. I be shaking when I write my music.
Oh yeah, this one's, I'm just gonna be doing boring stuff. I'm fed up with news. Oh.
Everybody knows everybody. If you ain't got a blue check, you ain't anybody. Breaking repeat, sleep, double tap, see, copy. My soul's underway, everywhere you look is plastic, all fabricated. Everything you see on TV was exaggerated. Nobody see you till you get 1 million followers. And when you do, they treat you like you're someone and you validated. What do you do? How much money you make? Who do you know? What do you drive? Where do you stay? And while you answering those questions, they be calculating how much of the thing can see themselves trying to come in and take. If you fragile, don't you even try to come to this place. They don't build you just to break you, then rebuild you to break. That you reach your own limit, then heroically save. And that's exactly how God turns you into a slave. Everyone goes, they lose their souls, and they can't control it. Everyone lies to everyone loves, they lose their souls, and they can't control it. God don't, it God don't, it God don't, it God don't, it God don't. Nobody's from here, but everybody comes here wanting to be famous till they realize the price of fame brings close everything that they once feared. Consumed by the algorithm, it becomes clear life's a simulation all controlled by a puppeteer. Blind people leading blind people, driving cars to a destination that is unclear all they can't fear. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, drugs, alcohol addiction, morgue, fake friends, women, gold digging at the sport. Who convinced you should live a whole life you can't afford? Nobody sees you, you're continuously ignored. Everybody wants fame, they don't care what it's for. They don't want to build theirs, and they're trying to get yours. This is dog eat dog, and it's messed up world. Happiness is not a physical place you call home. Did you ever wonder why you feel like you feel when you take that time away from your phone? Fake shit goes viral. We know this won't. They'll say they care, but we'll never show. Nothing isn't just a place of mind. Water by the thoughts that manifest the truth. In Gotham, everyone goes, they lose their souls, and they can't control in Gotham. Everyone lies inside, where now you will lose your mind in Gotham. Everyone goes, they lose their souls, and they can't control in Gotham. Living in Gotham, living in Gotham, living in Gotham, living in Gotham. Because I promise they won't call back. Everybody did everybody going fall back. Yeah, nobody because I'm ready to think all black. Anyone can make a career out of music, but first you need a great distributor. With your own music, you can try the best free for 30 days. Simply create an account, choose as many platforms as you like, and start releasing more music hassle-free.
Okay. What? Sorry, I'm moving your TV. You're a dog. You're sleeping on my fucking winter coat. We're going to sleep on the fucking real raccoon fur. Right? It's really fucking nice. No coat. It's on the wheels. Huh? Okay, fine. This one's down to spiral. Yeah? Yeah, I kind of. Horrible. Honestly,
Back to my cup, propane, the flame.
great TV. This fucking thing is garbage. Garbage. Amazing. These speakers on this fucking bad boy.
This was gonna get.
Do we do it at the same time?
I think I'm gonna be strong to try to move Christmas. I gotta hit Mariah Carey or something. She got it pumping in that one song to be hitting different. Well, why am I recommending you? You know that center proposal go door to door, singing Christmas carols to promote the song to the movement local. Something viral, something that distract me to my life on a downward spiral. Maybe something Christian friendly in line with the teachings of the modern day Bible. Addictive, catchy, narcissistic for blacks, whites, and LGBTQ. Like Dave Chappelle's money, so I can garner support from Netflix and maybe it's the Grinch and I'm back and I'm fucking it up with fake knots, Patron and Jack in my cup. Propane, I play these rappers who suck with they hoes in the sluts. Old school flow with feel brand new. I'ma chip up the block and already paid my dues. I'm a sex son of a gun who gets my views. I ain't fucking with boxing, no mainstream news. Dreams, mean, pristine, out of control, straight shooting. Just like a stripper, I got a pole filled up. Lead no, I cannot go for all. Only when I listen to J. Cole. Paid, self-made, and septic too. I speak my money, but niggas taboo. In a world of fake where you can really beat you. You are now in the next part two. Toxic. Scroll down my feed, all the embassies twerking. Couple bad women on my line, hit them in the DM. First give me one ass full of Birkin. Gotta be a sign, like Adam and Eve when she took from the tree from the mouth of a serpent and gave it to the man as a virgin. And that's the result, got son that to carry all the burdens. Born 9G and it's all violations. Guideline based on the control rate hate. Some get blocked if they say vaccination, while others get the post on a timeline naked. Only fans can't give me sick or amazing. Paying for some shit you can get for free. When Pornhub will give you 10 times the content for no fee or a fraction exclusively. That shit's a disaster. I was dating this chick who was mad I wouldn't tag her, daughter of a pastor who wanted to be famous and rich and climbed the proverbial ladder. Showed me no love till I said I was rash. My time didn't even try to smash her. Went to mass and after her dad, the pastor called me a bastard. I was shocked I didn't think pastors cuss, so I looked at dude and said, what the fuck? And she slapped me and he slapped her, and ironically I ended up in cuffs. Now I'm talking to a judge who's white as Casper, who thinks I'm shady like Marshall Mathers. And when he asks why I attack her, I stand and say, Green Light Matter. I'm back to the topic. The clothes like a sea so sick you cannot just the Grinch to the name and the gift to the plotting of who built gangster. You never move conscious. I come from a place where they slay you and artistically wrap you in boxes. And the black experience is down the chimney when Satan drops it. I'm highly toxic, practically radioactive with a slight chemical balance. ADHD. An allergic reaction I got on the 15 booster package, not to mention PTSD episodes from failed conversations. See, I'm the one they said doing Christmas, but they never told you that they were me. So the fuck did you think would happen when you hope the therapy system from the family? I ain't no sibling or family, and they put my life on TV and told Jim Carrey to play the part instead of choosing me. I want my royalties, universals, call my lawyer. You're all fucking sex addiction with the mystery. It's never great, but I'm hoping that you all need shit for Christmas. My life is a movie they show, children in the driver's actions from their nervous systems, where everyone's rich on the Christian business, but they don't have to deal with the Christian system. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it do. I'm the star, and you pay me. We're shooting in Los Angeles. We're super bougie, and for Main Street, we'll add unrealistic, attainable booties. We'll add racial stuff, trigger blacks, sexual ambiguity, political propaganda, and titties for continuity. That's what famous TikTokers like Charlie did added your end. And if it's in the budget, gets weird,
Did you know that animals listen to dominating tactics because they're scared? If you want to have a mindful relationship with your animal, then you might want to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you a mindful approach that you can start using today to develop a strong relationship between you and your animal, so that you can have an inspired relationship.
Please. I can't take it anymore. What's it doing? Apparently, I'm all the weirdest kinds of in the closet. I'm an in the closet gamer. I'm an in the closet athlete. Apparently, I'm also probably one of the most neurotic people on the planet. I just keep to myself. That's my to-do list. First thing on it is tomorrow's to-do list. Which would be that. Okay. Put the phone music on, so I'm not just talking myself out loud. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'm not even funny. This sucks. Why?
First off, fuck Santa Claus, he ain't never done shit for a nigga like me. People been hating on me since I was like 3, just because I was different and my skin was like green. Hating and spreading rumors all over IG, I see, been coming for everything that I can be. Trolling hard and waiting for the right team. My skin, my hair, and the fucking way that I speak. Was the night before Christmas, all through the house, inside of my room. With no spouse, scrolling my phone, comparing myself to people who don't put no food in my mouth. Looking around, jerking off, the Bella Thorns, only fans count. While scheming the system and faking depression, so why you get vicious to double my count? I'm tired of Christmas, I don't want a present, can't wait for the future. I'm done with the past, I'm fucking up sand on sight. If I see him, I'm punching his belly and kicking his ass. Put off your get that red on his nose and get put on his head. He's talking that trash, not even listening. Thanks for fixing it, coming and you and dash with dance. Send him go think I'm a psycho. I'm dumping these cookies like Michael. I'm fucking this clock and I'm posting the picture of your hole. Viral. Life is a vicious cycle. Karma comes around and bites you. This is for everybody who was mean and putting me down. Who was back in high school? Listen, I'm not ugly, it's acquired taste. My hands green with the eggs and steak. I'm max out on my dog. I'm scamming unemployment out in several states. I drive sticks, I don't need a slate. Need no hooks, cause I masturbate. I'm so good, even sand I'm playing. This is all on Christmas. I'm a Grinch. No hand when I'm taking a piss. No time when I'm fucking a bitch. In and out like a burger, I'm saucing a patty. So bundle I take the stick. I don't need fire to heat my crib. You don't fuck, I'm already late. I'm only time you'll ever have better is when you're wrapping Christmas gifts. I wanna know if you're naughty or nice. I bet you pray on the count all of others like me whenever you sleep at night. Fuck a society, everyone acts their perfect while judging another's life. You don't qualify to judge on what is wrong from right. My God, oh my God, I'm about pacifist, I'll pass this bitch like a perfect Steve Nash passes 60 straight ass when you pass the gas. And if I do the math, you'll never be half of my activists. I'm captain and you can't as an asterisk. To say you should never try to be an activist. Let me scream my pain away, I'm going insane. And why you're negative and you penetrating my brain. I gotta finish, I gotta shut you right in your face. I'm speaking kind of rhetoric on the veteran's name. Don't ever speak on my green unless it's money I made. And if you do it, then again, I'm a kick in your face. Take my body, good the body, run and pick up the pace. Back to my cave, up the mountain where I kick on my legs. I know you're sick of how I innovate. And I have been jealous, looking for ways to eliminate you from some distance. STD if you abbreviate, deviate, abracadabra, you keep on talking, you listen a great time. This is a great chimney sliding, no cookie diet, instead of driving, elephant high five, jolly fat smiling guy that rides private without no license. GRISCH, I not please break me with Lysol. I'm depressed, that's okay. I take drugs to pick me up like ground balls. You can tell I break my eyeballs. Myself know so much. I might call 1-800 Dutch. You can tell them I think I'm suicidal. And if they don't pick up, I'll kill myself and then I'll go viral. Then tell God wake me up. This chapter in this year's PH Bible. Then it's spiteful. Look at Earth and see y'all love my haters living life so seek revival and kill them and all the friends on my arrival. Once I arrive, you drag a sign at the cup of your neck. Do not be cordial and smile on my face. You're a snake and I've heard all the lies you spread. Do not say sorry or act like you made a mistake and pretend that you want to be friends. Cause now it's too late and the shit that you said are the words that have driven me over the edge. Now I see red. Now I see bullets in unison traveling straight to your head. Now I see people in pain, their emotions are withering, hanging on just by a thread. You should have left me alone. The unknown was the truth you were searching for, but now it's stand. I'm lyrically piercing your flesh, but I can I'll do it again and again and again. Look in the mirror, there is no flesh, dude. You're getting sick. You hate on everyone, you selfish, narcissistic fucking prick. You destroyed me with your words. I might just cut off both your lips and then go trans and cut my shit if it means you'll get off my dick. Even the nicest people have their limits. Place to win games. And wins to win prizes.
You're not bothering anyone you know. Despite what you may think, you are not causing a fuss when you go get professional help for your mental health. I know you may have friends and family who you can confide in, and that's wonderful, but it's sometimes just not the same as having a trained professional to help you. Just go check out BetterHelp. No one needs to know. It's super discreet.
That's true.
It's all online.
Because if I had told anybody about to, it was better in a home that is a person.
I never seen God's eyes, but I've seen the devil's. He walks with men on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates bills and prays that we all burn. You gotta get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road with the earth and ghettos. I'll have to get this stone, the return vessel. I am the one they chose. Replace the ways to the sixth breath. He knew that it would happen when he put us on this earth. We even as religion, we're corruption to the church. We know the price of everything, but we don't know the worth. We spend all of our time on the lies of false prophets. Comparisons, the enemies, stop watching those pockets. The social system's broken, we divide on every topic. They fabricate the truth, and we don't monetize the gossip. We know the problems that we see, but don't want to change. We're desensitized to every issue because they let us profit off of people's pain. Niggas dystopian days, we ought to take that heat plays. We ought to evil, deceitful, but people should shake our faith. I never seen God's eyes. He knows the king we serve, so he hates the bills and prays that we all burn. You gotta get my soul, I'll never settle. I'll walk this lonely road with the earth to get us. I'll take the gift we stole, the return vessel. I am the one they chose. Put myself in singing songs, so there was my goal to bring it down. And I know it was still small for us, I had to overpower. I feel like it had with the thousand voices. Like anxiety, oh, that was pretty loud. How about depression? That one takes a shout. Going a little summer, loving little sailing down. And now we got ourselves a ground. You never seen God's eyes. He knows the king we serve, so he hates metals and prays that we all burn. You gotta get my soul, I'll never settle. I'll walk this lonely road, the earth and ghettos. I'll take the gift we stole, the return vessel. I am the one they chose. I sit up on earth, so we stumble back into the church. Recently started to look at the living some life. It's like I don't know if I can work. We got it in brain, you give my word. I know that the late don't expect return. Just know that I've seen Satan opposing the time when the color of all the associate burdens be touched me with these faces who watch like a fleet from the touch. The thing in my purse is a ticket and pay for my shame. And the devil that showed up inside of the state and asked me the crime. I told him he's taken. I told him that I ain't somebody created. I told him it only worked out if he was still a name. Just baby that we be related. But no, I haven't seen God's eyes. I've seen him now. She walks with on earth and never left. He knows the king we serve. He hates bills and prays that we all burn. You gotta get my soul. I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road. The earth and ghettos. I'll take the gift we stole. The return vessels. I am the one they chose. Get me out of this place. These looking me, but it's like no man is paid. I can't find my way. The dark is a strange side. I'm looking for Just wanna let go of everything that causes my fear to grow and my
levels. She walks with men on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates middles and prays that we all burn and turn rebels. You gotta get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road, the birds and ghettos. I'll never be still. Return vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. God didn't touch my soul, feel like a DJ Khaled. God didn't help me grow into a public savage. God didn't pick me up, but that won't keep me down. I was fighting battles on my own, like damn, I need some help. Conversations in the mirror, I was talking to myself. Is this heaven or hell? Right now I cannot tell. This roller coaster I'm on is messing with my head. I need God in my life, the devil want me dead. I never seen God's eyes, but I see the devil's. He walks with men on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates middles and prays that we all burn and turn rebels. You gotta get my soul, and I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road, the birds and ghettos. I'll take the gift we stole, and return the vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My God is lots of modest. In perilous times we seek his grace as a world in the time we raised her break in the face of another mirage. In the midst of the pain and pain, and the media's push your roll. It's time to pray that you keep your faith as a whole of praise. And the real get disregarded. It's about time that we take it back. The ways you pray for the candles back. Strong men made like an easy task. Another weak man, feminize and react. In the church, in the workplace, every class. On the television screen, in the state of rap. All virtues gone and stayed in black. We in the hell on earth and it's all collapse. Integrity's lost. The economy incentivized. God to the winter revolution will be televised. On to far to know if we can rectify it. Those days will testify. So I'm saying it now, so they kind of clockwise. We are living in time for the wicked. It's all right. The intelligent fall with the wicked. It's all dry. Every day push to the sun. He walks with men on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates middles and prays that we all burn and turn rebels. You gotta get my soul, I'll never settle. I'll walk this lonely road, the birds and ghettos. I'll take the gift we stole, the return vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you know that already. You call me evil, but how would you know it unless you live it already? You think you're better, right? Cause nobody's seen what you've done in the dark, but if I put your life in this life, you would come with a fight to survive and die, but bitch, I'm fucking you that already. I ain't special. But I specialize in making you feel especially strong and touch nation. But while you sit at home in the hole with your watch, you do it or follow and hang on your movements. I ain't complaining, but I know the people who do it are singing to me, and I'm singing to fight my losing shit. I think you know me because you double tap on a picture. I hate the fact that you trust me, it's driving me crazy. So when it's up to us, ain't fucking and trying to something. I really verses and blood, I got checks out of bits. My heart is a biblical scripture, and I ain't a prophet, but I can predict it. I'll never catch happiness till you with pictures. So please continue to laugh. The bar around you is service act. From now, rappers to the surgeon's mask. It's our place, every syllable in a deliverable measure from words to last. And come back with the measure that's in it, and better you make it up thinking that. If I was the one on the top, pushing you to birth to rap. Maybe it was me, maybe you like all my music, but don't really actually love me. Maybe you just want a picture, maybe you just want to see me because you need some money. Maybe you think I'm happy, maybe you think in reality like my post repairing a hole when it's actually shaking and cutting the soul right out of me. I never say I feel a rush of emotion whenever I post up a pain. I got a problem, I'm in the studio rapping my this good suck on my tank. She got a hole in my heart, now I'm feeling with women who love me because they think I'm rich. And if I be honest, I just use a bitch and I care, but I really do not give a shit. So what's your excuse? What else you say? Leave a negative comment on how you what you saw, you will be. And you smile when you post, thinking you're hurting me. But you see, the way the brain works, you be telling what you speak. I need peace. But
Make it ooh.